Hello, it's great to be online with you again for today's devotional. I pray wherever or whenever you're watching that the Holy Spirit will reveal truth and strengthen you for what He has called you to do in this season. We as a church are committed to 3 things at the moment. I'm sure a lot of you can recite these by now. They are to build, to pray, and to provide. We've heard some amazing devotionals throughout November and December on the topic of build, and I hope you found these equipping and applicable for your family, your community, or your ministry. I'm going to continue the topic of build today by looking at one of the weapons the enemy uses to knock us off course as we commit to build God's kingdom and partner with Him in reaching the lost. We're going to look at a few verses in Exodus, which is essentially a story of God rescuing the people of Israel from captivity and establishing a new covenant with them as He leads them into freedom and to the promised land. God directs and instructs His people through Moses on exactly how to build a new kind of society. He gives them a blueprint for how to live and sets them as an example to the rest of the world. The people of Israel have seen and experienced God's miracles firsthand. Moses parted the sea and they crossed into safety. They have experienced victory over the Amaleks at God's instruction, and time again, God has shown Himself faithful in providing for them. When we get to chapter 32, Moses has climbed Mount Sinai to meet with God for guidance, just as he has done before, and the people of Israel wait at the base under Aaron's leadership. But it's in the waiting that they struggle and stumble. In verse 1 it says, "When the people realised that Moses was taking forever in coming down off the mountain, they rallied around Aaron and said, 'Do something, make gods for us who will lead us. That Moses, the man who got us out of Egypt, who knows what's happened to him?' It had been 40 days since Moses left, and the people of Israel had lost sight of the vision and become impatient and doubtful. They started to look for answers and leadership in idols and other gods. They questioned God's faithfulness and doubted His promise to them. Everything they had previously built had been abandoned as they tried to carve out a new path to their destination. That can be a struggle for us today as well. The waiting can be hard, and it can cause us to doubt we will ever get to the end goal and see His promise come to pass. Maybe you're waiting for healing today. Maybe there's a chronic illness or some bad news from your doctor. Maybe you're starting to doubt that family member or friend will ever get saved. Maybe it's restoration of a relationship that doesn't look to be improving. But whatever your situation is today, we can learn a huge lesson from the people of Israel, and that's one of faith, steadfastness, and focus. If you're in a season or a place of waiting, look back, remind yourself of the faithfulness of God. Stir your faith as you choose to believe that He has not forgotten you or left you high and dry. He has made a promise and He is faithful to the end. As with any vision or promise, stay focused on it. Don't forget it. Remind yourself of it continually. Psalm 27 verse 14 says, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord." And in Galatians 6 and 9 it says, "Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." The fact that the Word has these verses is just another reminder that we will experience times of waiting and circumstances that could cause us to grow weary. But when we remain true to God, committed to living a Christ-like life and not letting the struggles and hard times knock us off course, we will taste and see that He is good. Can I encourage you today to set aside some time to renew your strength and your faith? Write down the promise or vision God gave you. Journal about what He has done this far. Look and see the progress that has been made and the prayers that have been answered. Equip yourself for the days that lie ahead, armed with every tool He has given you to keep building and to finish strong. Thanks for listening. For more information on how you can get involved as we build, pray and provide in this season for this community, head to our website or follow our Facebook and Instagram accounts. All the information is below this video, So please get in touch if we can help or support you in any way. God bless.